Once Human is getting balance adjustments for weapons yet again in June 19th. We are getting Unstable Bomber buffed from 100% base damage. It's getting increased to 120. That's going to be a huge damage boost for all Unstable Bomber damage weapons. That includes Jaws, Hazardous Object, Compound Bow, Little Jaws. Now I made a quick sheet list of what's getting buffed so you can see easier for yourself. So Doombringer is once again getting buffed. The attack buff old one was 6% with 5 stacks. The new one is going to be 12% for 3 stacks, but it has to be non-meta human. So for PvP, I'm guessing this damage buff is completely gone. Like there's no damage buff at all for hitting enemies in PvP. And you just need only 3 stacks to reach 36%, which will last you for 15 seconds. And that's quite good. That's going to make Doombringer a little bit stronger. Although I still think Doombringer is not going to be used anywhere due to Boom Boom being completely broken in PvE with the Dino just basically bursting all the mobs. I don't think anyone's still going to use Doombringer. They just need to buff it even more. Maybe tighten the spread more of the shotgun pellets. I don't know. It's just a close range weapon and it doesn't perform that well, even with the best of the best mods. So bullseye trigger chance is the same, damage reduction is the same, crit rate versus marked is the same. The only thing it's getting is the damage buff for the Doombringer. For the Predator now, we're getting a change for the weapon damage per hit stacks. So you will just gain 4% weapon damage per hit, max is 80%. And you gain more damage when your mag is on 60%. So the old one was when you reach half of the mag, you get 60% attack damage increase. But now you only need to reach 60% of your mag. For the Bingo, this is going to be kinda hurting a lot for PvP, I would say. I really can't believe that the devs are nerfing its damage for PvP, but I guess they just got tired of Bingo and Doombringer and literally all the bullseye weapons in PvP now. Its trigger weak spot is the same, 70%. Its guaranteed bullseye mark is also still the same, like when you swap weapons you get a guaranteed bullseye mark. But for PvE, the old one was 45% weak spot damage up to 3 stacks. Now this has been changed to 100% weak spot damage for 10 seconds up to 4 stacks. But the problem is, that is huge if you use this gun as a main gun, but they also added a new switch penalty. While before, when you swap the weapon, you don't lose stacks. Now, when you swap the weapon, you lose half of the stacks. And let's say you had 1 stack and you swapped the weapon, you basically lose all the stacks. So this switch penalty will suck a lot for PvP, even PvE as well. If you accidentally swap your weapon, you'll need to be careful when swapping weapons to not lose the buff. While though it is a little bit of a buff, because if you have, let's say, 4 stacks and you swap your weapon, you're gonna still have 50% weak spot damage, while the old one was 45%. So that's like a 5% buff. And if you're using the gun as a main gun, well, that's a 55% weak spot damage increase. And there's another buff for the calibration that we have, which is a new thing. Now, basically, there's a minus 50% post-fire delay. So after you shot the gun and cocked the animation, it's gonna be faster. You notice after you pull the gun's bolt and sometimes the gun just doesn't shoot? Well, now they're just gonna make it faster. So as soon as the shot is done, you'll be able to fire another shot way quicker. So 50% less delay. If you guys want to see this spreadsheet, I'll put the link in my pinned comments, as well as the patch notes. As here it explains, post-fire delay refers to the length of the animation between firing and cocking a bolt-action sniper rifle. The rapid sniper blueprint will reduce this delay by shortening the animation. Then there's Starfall inversion adjustments, literally the worst event added in the game. Gravity side set is getting buffed. I'm gonna skip the gravity side set because this is the most garbage armor they've ever added in the game. Downstairs suffix, also I'm gonna skip this. They just basically buffed the damage and the conditions stay the same. Like you still have to be above the enemy, close to like 5 meters or so. As it says over here, standing at a lower level than yourself, max at 5 meters. As long as you're not close enough in 5 meters to the mob, you get more damage. So you can be far away. Yeah, these downstairs mods are kind of trolled by the devs. I wish they just reworked them and made it so that you, let's say, by equipping the mod, you get 15% crit damage at gold, and you gain like extra 5% or 10% while airborne. That would be really amazing, but they decided to fuck it up and add some sort of weird conditions, lower level than yourself, max at 5 meters. Yeah, I don't know. Then we have Starfall Crocodile Skin. You gain more damage reduction, 2% when hydration is at 100. The effect doubles while airborne. This could be good actually for PvP even. I don't know, maybe if it was 6% that would be amazing, but then it gives you melee damage 7%. It has been changed to 10. I don't know who really uses melee. Heat resist, you gain an additional 5 while airborne. Then we have Starfall Fox skin, when not in combat, damage reduction 10. And this is basically from 15% to 20% doubles when airborne. When not in combat, you get crit rate, the effect doubles while airborne, the old one. And now you get basically 20% instead of 10%. Although I don't know who uses these Fox skins for their hides. It's basically just first shot and then it's basically useless. We have Starfall down. Then we have while airborne status damage 10. Instead, you will get 15% now. And then you will get additional 5 while airborne. They're basically just removing the 10 seconds. So now you just have to be airborne here. Now the best change for the Starfall cowhide is going to be not the crit damage reduction. You basically get 16% while airborne here now, but it has been changed from 5% weapon damage to 8%, and you need 120 stamina or higher. So if you have like Wasteland Wolf on your pants and bottoms, you will have more than 100. 100 is just one circle of stamina. 120 is one circle and a little tad higher. So yeah, you will get 60% weapon damage when airborne and 8% when not airborne. That already kind of beats Golden Wool, as Golden Wool is random. It could reach up to 12%, and it fluctuates between 12% to 1%. Normally, it's always in the highs, like 8% and 10%, but while airborne with Starfall Cowhide, this basically will just be really good. You kind of want to become a jumping bunny now in PvE, and of course, PvP. So this is going to be on the mask. Now we have Starry Putting, grants 10% damage reduction while airborne. Instead, it's going to be 20%. This could be good. It comes close, almost the same as Sandwich, and it's damage reduction, while the Sandwich is against meta-humans. So this food buff could have potential, actually. With the shove buff, you would be getting 27.6 damage reduction while airborne. However, you don't get anything at all if you're not jumping. Layered Galaxy will give us 30% elemental damage while airborne instead of 20. Then we have Starry Bubble Tea, grants a shield equal to 5% of max HP per second while gliding out of combat, with a shield amount capped at 30% of your max HP. So now, instead, it will be 50%. You'll gain way more shield now. Although this food buff looks completely useless to me, gliding out of combat. Like, come on. And the devs, what they have to say about this is, balance updates will be released once per month, every 2 updates, and weapon balance adjustments will be based on community feedback and the usage rate of different builds across various combat situations. We will balance builds through stat changes, suffix adjustments, or full reworks. After each adjustment, we will continue monitoring the build effectiveness and usage rates to assess whether further adjustments are necessary. To ensure a smooth transition, we will issue 3 blueprint conversions attempt to all players after this update. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about these changes, but Bingo is kind of gonna go down in the tier. If you're a PvP player, you will see less Bingo and probably more Power Surge Crossbow again, maybe more Jaws. No one's gonna play Doombringer, I guess, anymore. Maybe some people will still play it, but like the tech loss is insane for the Doombringer. That's what made it so good. As for Predator, this gun is already good for PvE. I'm not sure why the devs are buffing it more. The problem with Predator is that it's a bad ad clearing gun. It's just a good bouncing gun. It just makes the gun way even more OP now after like 3 buffs that we went through. It's insane. The good thing though is the post-fire delay for Bingo. Can't wait to see how that will turn out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. That was a quick balance update for what's changing in the June 19th. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.